Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me here today. We're going to take a look at the Season 1's Outcomes Report, the second part for the multiplayer customization challenges and so on. And we're also going to take a look later on here in the stream at the teaser for Halo Infinite's multiplayer Season 2. 343 dropped like a 25-second video here on YouTube. And it actually has a lot of information, I feel like, that we could possibly go over and learn a little bit about what to expect in the upcoming season. But before we do that, though, guys, please, if you do enjoy these types of videos, hit that subscribe button and give this stream or video on demand, however you're watching it, a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And it does help out the channel and the video. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. All right. Now, let's go ahead and take a look here. It says, last week we put out our Season 1 Outcomes Report to be transparent about the feedback that we've received since launch and provide the team's responses to emerging themes in the community. It covered input so we received on areas such as accessibility, audio, multiplayer PC sandbox, UX UI, and a very large post over on Halo Waypoint. So let's go ahead and take a look here. This week, we're going to be doing another Outcomes Report read. In it, it'll cover feedback from the customization, shop, battle pass, progression, challenges, ultimate reward, events, theater, observer mode, and more. So this is hopefully going to be a more substantial update. So let's go ahead. I've very briefly looked over this myself. So what you're going to be seeing are pretty much my genuine reactions to what they have to say. So let's go here. We're going to take a look at the TLDR. The shop bundles will have more consistent value across different offerings. When it comes to Battle Pass and the progression, Season 2's free track will have more customization content than Season 1's, which Season 1's content, free content, was essentially challenge swaps, XP boosts, and I believe you didn't unlock your first free helmet until like level 80, which was insane. Weekly challenges will continue to see improvements, and the ultimate rewards will be higher value cosmetics such as visors, coatings, stances, and no longer have emblems or backdrops throughout the course of the season. Personally, backdrops and emblems should never be a part of the paid or even locked progression when it comes to customization. They should just be giving that to you like they did in previous games to customize those and change them however you want. That's just my personal opinion. But let's go ahead and take a look again here. With Theater and Observer, we will have updates to address overall stability, issues caused by viewing multiple films in a row, the problems that arise when observing multiple matches in a row. All right, so let's go ahead and move on into the more detailed things here. Funny enough, reading this thing with Theater and Observer mode, I don't know necessarily if the Theater is built into the actual game, but I remember in a Halo 3 vidoc when they talked about Theater mode and, you know, how they were implementing it, was that they wanted it to be in-engine. They didn't want it to have to go to like an outside source. And it just, I think that that's what's happening with 343's Theater mode in Halo 5 and in Halo Infinite, is that it's being accessed by 343 servers instead of just being native in the game and on the console. But let's go ahead and take a look here. When it comes to live customization, players want to be able to use customization content across different cores, cross-core customization. Players want items that make up kits to be able to be used individually. Many would like to use multiple attachments on their vehicles, weapons, and Spartans. Desire for more higher value customization content through free methods. Watchdog and Redshift armor coatings do not look like what was shown in 2020. And for those of you that may or may not know, I believe, I'm not sure if it was Watchdog or Redshift, one of those was a reward for reaching CSR 152 in Halo Infinite, or Halo 5, which was ridiculously hard to do. A lot of people were grinding and using their XP boost in that. And then they released not only the armor to those people, and it didn't look like what they were shown, they then released another armor coating that I believe was in the shop that people could buy that looked very similar, almost exactly the same as the one that was the reward. When it comes to being able to use cross-customization content across different cores, enabling customization across different armor cores has been the largest point of feedback when it comes to customization. We agree that there is room to have better customization by lifting core restrictions where possible. Now, to me, personally, this makes absolutely zero sense. The bots, the multiplayer bots, can cross-core customize. It doesn't seem like there's any limitation to it. They say that it's a bug. 343 says that that is an actual, that it's a bug, that they should not be able to do that. But if they can do it and it's a bug, I don't understand why they just can't apply those settings to a player profile and just use the bug as a feature. I mean, I'm not a developer, but it just seems, I don't know, it just seems like that would be a answer to what people have wanted here. For the right reasons, or for right now, we're pursuing options that will allow players to use certain customization items on different cores. Due to the way the core system was initially built, getting items to work on various cores will take time and may not even be possible for all items. Again, I will stress this, that the multiplayer Spartan bots are doing this without any type of limitations, it seems. They're using different armor coatings, they're using different armor core pieces, and they're intermingling them right now from all three cores that we have available, which is the Mark 7, I believe it's the Mark 3, and the Tenrai armor. They're mixing it back and forth together with no restrictions. So I don't understand exactly what restrictions there are. So moving on here, due to the way the core system was initially built, getting items to work on various cores will take time, might not even be possible for all items, and it will likely require us to do it piece by piece as we investigate what expanding to cross-core customization would require from a tech perspective. Our initial focus is on enabling as many helmets, visors, armor coatings across different cores as possible. In short, our goal is that we will be incrementally moving to a model that has coatings and visors working across all cores, with helmets and chest gear working across cannon cores as our first focus changes to make in the system. Players want items that make up a kit to be used individually. Similar to the point above, players who unlocked a kit, Noble Team, Spartans, or HCS kits wanted to be able to use the individual items within that kit with other customization content to create unique combinations. Kits were meant to give players the feelings of becoming a character, Noble Team, or wearing a team's uniform, esports, but we can understand the desire to use kit-specific items in other customization combinations. In a future update, they'll be changing the kit system so that it will allow players to sport individual items from their kits on their own personal Spartans. And yeah, these are the ones that they were selling, and these all look really cool. So hopefully they'll be able to get it and make it so that things can get mixed and matched. Hey there, Death Trooper. I get that some cores would have issues, but the majority they should have no issues. And the fact that the multiplayer bots actually do cross-core customization as a bug, it shouldn't be an issue for them to figure out what's going on. Many would like to use multiple attachments on their vehicles, weapons, and Spartans. Using multiple armor attachments, weapon model changes, or vehicle model changes when they don't overlap into another is also asked for frequently. A focus is set on cross-core customization in kits, but they wanted to acknowledge this and see what they can do. Desire for more higher value customization content through free methods. This is a big one because most of the stuff from Season 1 was essentially all paid. You had to buy the Season Pass. And the Season Pass was I don't know, a good 40, maybe even almost half of it. The stuff that you unlocked was just challenge swaps and XP boosts. Like, I get it, those are important to have, especially in a game like this. But, like, when the majority of your stuff is not a cosmetic thing in a season pass, which is designed to give you cosmetics, I mean, the events recently, the tactical ops, the latest Tenrai event, they all have had those challenge swaps and XP boosts taken out. And while they are maybe potentially smaller in scope, honestly, they're more rewarding. And when you're looking ahead to the next item that you can unlock and you see that it is a armor coating or a weapon coating or a new weapon charm or new armor piece, it gave me at least more motivation to be like, okay, yeah, I'll play a couple more matches to try to do some more challenges. But every time in the season pass when I was playing through it and I saw the next 3 things to unlock were XP boost, challenge swaps, XP boost, challenge swaps, it's like, that was designed, I think, intentionally just to get you to skip, to pay money to just skip those. But let's take a look here. Moving on, sorry, off on that little rant here. During Season 1, it became apparent that players wanted more free, high-quality customization content to chase, earn, and wear. Now, I will call back. I don't have the clip ready to pull up and play now, but I will call back to a video that somebody made within 343, and they put it out during one of their, like, Inside Infinite videos, talking about how the armor coating system worked and the weapon coating system work, and that it would give them on launch a wealth of customization options. It's like, well, no kidding. That's what we want. You told us that's what we were going to get. As a result of that feedback, we've updated the Tenrai event pass after its first week to remove double XP boosts and challenge swaps, and even add more customization content. We also reevaluated the event pass for the Cyber Showdown and the Tactical Ops. I forgot about the Cyber Showdown, to ensure that they met player expectations for rewards as well. Season 2 will improve on the free experience by slowly removing armor core limitations and enabling more customization options with those free items. Having better customization items as a weekly and ultimate reward, and having even more customization content in an event pass and the free track of the battle pass. They'll share more specifics in the battle pass progression section below. Feedback: Watchdog and Redshift armor coatings do not look like what was shown in 2020. Additionally, new weapon coatings look similar to the Watchdog and the weapons coatings. Yeah, this is what I mentioned previously. Last but not least, we certainly have seen the request to have the Watchdog and Redshift armor coatings more closely reflect the initial renders that they released in 2020. We want to make this right in a future update. I don't understand how you're going to show somebody something. You're going to say, this is what it's going to look like. So grind Halo 5 in order to get this reward. And then when they get the reward, it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like what you told them it was going to. It's like, well, no kidding, people are going to be upset. When it comes to the shop, the price of the shop offers can vary between offers seen as having similar value, desire for more purchase options, including a higher rate of rotation, and allowing the purchase of individual items within bundles. The live team response is the price of the shop offers can vary in having similar value. After launch, we received a lot of feedback around the shop bundles and pricing. It's because they were too expensive. Since then, we've started selling items individually when possible, tried to better standardize pricing based on value, and focused on reducing prices across the board. We'll continue to gather these learnings throughout the season, and we'll carry them forward into the future. I mean, the shop, of course it's going to have items for sale. The thing is, and this is something that has become very apparent to me, this game was never meant to be a free-to-play game when they initially designed everything when it comes to customization, when it comes to the pricing, when it comes to just everything about the multiplayer screams This wasn't meant to be free to play. We had to chop a ton of stuff out of it in order to, have a store, to have weekly rewards. And they've stretched their initial content that they made for a game that wasn't designed to have that stuff so far that, the community is understandably upset. Have they fixed the desync before the shop? They've released patches and they've said that it's been addressed. And they also, I think, just had a patch the other day come out that was supposed to help with that, but it's still a major problem. I haven't really run into too much of it personally, but I have seen a lot of videos online where people are dying around the corners. I've had a few instances during where melees didn't connect when they clearly should have. But they also agree with the feedback around allowing the purchase of specific items with a bundle, increasing the rate of offer refreshes, and even potentially adding a second page. We'll be looking to improve these aspects of the shop in a future update. Battle Pass and progression. Feedback: a desire for career progression system separate from the Battle Pass. Award per XP, per match XP that takes performance into account. This is something that as soon as we found out that it wasn't going to have per match XP based on performance, everybody told 343, we want this. Please change this. This is what we want. Like, MCC has it. Previous Halo's games have had it. This has to happen. This has to be in here. Do not launch the game without it. And what did they do? They doubled down. They went on the Twitter and said, we believe in our progression system that we've designed the challenges, and basically that, this is how it's going to be. And then they came out and immediately were like, after that, saying, oh, you know what? Yeah, that's actually what we wanted too. But for right now, we're just going to go ahead and see what, how the current XP and progression works. And now they're saying, yeah, you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to do it. So, I don't know. In some instances, 343 really does listen. And then in many instances, it's like, no, they don't. Players want the Battle Pass to contain more value across both free and premium. Some challenges can be too situational. Yeah, I can't wait till we hit the challenge section on this because I have a real big bone to pick with the challenges. Some challenges can be too situational, such as the Killjoy challenges. Some challenges can be misconfigured or worded in a way that result in players not making progress when expected. The value of the ultimate reward varies too much, desired for consistent higher value rewards. Double XP boosts running off time is not preferred. Right, what that means, for those of you that may or may not know, for it running off time is essentially like when the second you activate the XP boost, it goes from then. Doesn't matter if you're actually playing in a match or not. The clock just starts ticking right there. When it comes to a career progression system, is in the design phase right now. They want to nail it out of the gate, so that's going to take some time. It's definitely not going to be coming in Season 2. This is probably going to be something that happens, I'm going to call it now, next year in 2023. Award per match XP that takes performance into account. Additionally, we know that there is a desire for a per match XP, which also leverages performance. To plug in this system, as well as the Battle Pass per match XP, is on the way and will land this year, not with Season 2, but it'll definitely come out this year. I'm going to say at the end of the year. Players want the Battle Pass to contain more value across both free and premium tracks. For a Season 2 Battle Pass, they want to focus on the value provided to the players for both free and the premium track. To do so, the free Battle Pass will contain even more customization content than Season 1's. So, I mean, not to sound negative, but like that's probably not that difficult for them to do since there wasn't really almost anything free armor-wise in Season 1. Including the Lone Wolf's armor core early on in the track. As for the premium track, they've added credits as another reward and will allow players to earn up to 1,000 CSR. Credits, not CSR. 1,000 credits. So we're going to be able to earn the next Battle Pass with the way that progression is and it's shaping up, hopefully it's not as painful as it was with Season 1, because Season 1 definitely turned into a grind. Granted, you get to keep it. You know, Season 1 doesn't go away. But it's nice to see that they finally added in a way to earn the next Battle Pass. I'll probably never actually buy another one after Season 2. I'll buy Season 2 and then just earn the 1,000 credits and use that for the following seasons, and then do, you know, same thing and the same thing. I think that this is something they didn't want to do, which is why they didn't do it initially, because they want that $10 or $15 or $25, whatever it is, that they're going to have bundled wise, because you know they're also going to sell the Battle Pass Plus. Like, a lot of free-to-play games do that, and I believe that they did that with Season 1. Additionally, Season 2 will also have a better weekly ultimate reward and improve the event passes, giving players plenty of opportunities to earn customization content for free. I feel like Halo Infinite got saved by being the first true Halo on PC. If it was only on Xbox or Halo 5 came out on PC, Infinite wouldn't have had much less launch than current, and would have had much less launch and current players. That's a very distinct possibility. Feedback. Some challenges can be too situational, and some challenges can be misconfigured or worded in a way that results in players not making progress. Let's see what they have to say here. We've been doing our best to address challenges that end up being too situational, misconfigured, or confusing whenever feedback pops up around them. Please continue letting us know when specific ones don't meet your expectations. Anytime you believe you should have made progress on a challenge but didn't, please report it to us using the Halo support site. The support team has been tracking the reports of various challenge-related issues and bring them directly to us for evaluation. Lastly, as of this week, we removed the Killjoy challenges from all challenge decks, and you won't be seeing it again anytime soon. I have to say, that's good. Taking that challenge out is good. But the thing is, 343, everything that is wrong in Halo Infinite when it comes to customization, when it comes to the challenges, they've done it better in the MCC. Like, I remember making videos and live streams and talking about it like, this is a test bed. What they're doing in the MCC, we're definitely going to see that in Halo Infinite. And we do, but it's worse. Like, I don't understand how they could do it so well in the MCC and then make it so bad in Halo Infinite. Yeah, and when it does come to the Halo support site, you submit a ticket and you have no idea if they're addressing it. You have no idea, right? I've seen people get better responses from the community managers on Twitter saying, oh, okay, yeah, I'll let them know. And it's because a lot of people are making a big stink maybe about one specific thing. And then the community managers are like, okay, yeah, I'll tell somebody about it, because they've been harassed. And it's a shame. You shouldn't have to harass someone to be heard, or at least being able to even have any acknowledgement that you've been heard. I've submitted tickets on the Halo support site. I have no idea if anyone's ever seen it. But yeah, the challenges. Whoever designed the MCC challenges, just put them in Halo Infinite and say, you did it here, do the same thing over here. Like, but who knows? That could have been a contract worker who's no longer even with 343 anymore, from what we've heard. But anyway, moving on. Value of ultimate rewards varies too much. Desire for consistent higher value rewards. Yeah, the ultimate rewards, I've completed the Battle Pass. I've had the Battle Pass done probably for, I think, 2 months now, maybe 3 months at this point. I think I finished it in early January. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I finished it in mid-December. Or was it December? I can't remember which. Maybe it was late. It was between December and January I finished. So it's been done at least for at least 3 months. And I would log in. I would see what the ultimate reward was, and it's an emblem. The same emblem that they've had for a month or two. I still enjoy playing the game. I still play it because I have fun playing it. But every time I would see that emblem reward, I'm like, no, man. Just no, this isn't it. The last ultimate reward during the Tenrai event was a chess piece, which was amazing. And here's the thing. I played that event to try to go through all the challenges and unlock the Tenrai armors and everything. And I didn't even realize that I was doing the weekly challenges until I was at the very end, and I had to complete one that was like, I think, get 3 headshot kills, and I used a sniper in the Fiesta mode and got it. It is the first weekly challenge, that ultimate challenge, that I've actually earned, and it wasn't as bad as it has been in the past. If they can continue on this trajectory with the weekly rewards and the way that the challenges work, I think it's going to improve people. It might even bring more people back. But here we go. We're going to take a look here. Here's the first 5 weeks of the Ultimate Rewards for Season 2. Sentry Stance, Battleship Haze, MA40 AR Coating, Alabaster Razorback Coating, Amber Yesterday Visor, and Spring Mountain Stance. Now, I don't know so much about the stances. Those, I'm not too big. I really kind of almost don't really care what my Spartan looks like standing before each match. So maybe the stances, depending on the challenges and the way that it's configured. But I'm definitely going to be going after the armor coating, the visor. I'm assuming this is the Alabaster Razorback coating. So I'm not 100% sure here, but Death Trooper, I haven't even touched Infinite since I got my ranking in Ranked. I've only been playing Campaign. The rewards are not helping with an emblem. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Moving on here, the feedback, the double XP boost, running off time is not preferred. Double XP boost utilizing time is a little more complex than they appear on the surface. We've seen recommendations to use Halo 5's double XP boosts, which work on a per match basis. However, since Infinite is currently leveraging challenges for XP, though per match XP will be landing later this year, there's a chance that a player could not meet the requirements for the challenge in the game, and therefore not get any rewards for a per match boost. Since you don't know when you may complete that challenge, we instead opted for time-based boost to make sure players could knock out multiple challenges or get a handful of attempts. Okay, this is stupid for me to say, but this actually does make sense. Longer term, however, they do agree that moving away from the time-based XP boosts, especially with per match XP coming in the future update, they'll have more to share, of course, on those at a later date. The events. Okay, let's hear what they have to say. Desired for more modes and events persist in some fashion after the event ends. Winter contingency was good, but not having an event pass to track progress was confusing. Yeah, that was actually, I forgot about the winter contingency match too. Event challenges can get stuck behind regular challenges. Yeah, that's a big one. And that is something to me that never made any sense. Never made any sense at all. The fact that they kind of artificially block progress, not only by just having a limited amount of the event challenges to do in order to earn things, they also got stuck behind regular challenges. So you'd be playing and maybe doing one or two challenges, and then you'd have to go play a mode outside of the event. I don't understand how they don't have all the challenges designed around that event for the week or the 2 weeks, however long it runs. So I can't wait to hear what they have to say about that. Tenrai is fun, but limiting progress per week made it feel tedious at times, correct? Recurring Tenrai events are appreciated by players who missed them or could not maximize progress in a week, but not as appreciated by highly active players. I understand that, definitely. Having the same event come back over and over again, certainly for people that play all the time, is probably a little bit tedious and annoying. But I am in that first group of people who either couldn't play or maximize progress. Not the previous Tenrai week that they just had, but the one before that. I was moving at that time into a new house. Everything was packed up in boxes. I didn't have internet set up at my new place. And I also had COVID, so I was going through a huge amount of stuff in a very short amount of time. There was no way I was going to be able to play. So having it come back multiple weeks, to me, it honestly helped me out. I only need, I think, 3 more challenges before I complete the Tenrai event with the customizations and earning, the final pieces of the armor and everything. So if they're going to run the event multiple weeks, that is something that, again, understandable by active players why it's irritating, but definitely for all of us that can't, it's nice to have that. Desire to have modes from events persist in some fashion after the event ends. This season we've had events and their modes time in matchmaking, and with it, the feedback around the approach was not unexpected, but we wanted to give it a try and see if we could help spice up the events. Now that we've given it a try, though, we'll be doing a better job at making event content available in the normal matchmaking rotation starting in Season 2. The multiplayer team shared more about that in the last week's blog, and we can go ahead and, if you want, you can go ahead and back and watch that video. Feedback: the winter contingency was good, but not having an event pass to track progress was confusing. Winter contingency was a great holiday event with festive rewards, but the confusion on how to unlock customization content proved to be too confusing. If we do run another simple event like this, we'll be sure to leverage the event pass feature in-game so that the players will know what they've earned and what they're working towards. Some of the modes should have been permanent. Yeah, you are correct. They should have never have launched this game without a Team Slayer mode. That's just common sense, but apparently not. Event challenges can get stuck behind regular challenges, meaning that players need to leave the event before they can return, right? We did take steps to reduce how often weekly challenges could get in front of the event challenges, but there is still more that we can do here. Down the road, we want to have a separate challenge list so that weekly challenges aren't blocking event challenges and vice versa. That would actually be something, and I'm shocked that that's a great idea from them. Have two separate challenge pools instead of just one, where they get mixed and intermingled with each other. The feedback: Tenrai is fun, but limiting progress per week made it feel tedious. Recurring Tenrai events are appreciated. Yep, we already went over that a little bit. As for Tenrai, we've seen positive results overall with this reoccurring event. We've also increased the amount of progress players could make in a single week, which has helped us quite a bit. Even though we've seen some players believing repeating events can get stale, many appreciate the opportunity to catch up on the weeks when they have more time to play. I, again, do agree with this, definitely. Theater and Observer mode. There's a handful of improvements for Theater and Observer mode coming with a focus addressing overall stability issues caused by viewing multiple films. We're constantly making improvements to both of these features, and you should start seeing the results in Season 2's release. Now, in closing, thank you for reading our second live-focused outcomes for Season 1. This was essentially part 2 to last week's outcomes blog. Of course, our feedback is an integral part of how we prioritize the future for Halo Infinite, so keep it coming. Sign up for Halo Insider. Obviously, if you have any issues, they want you to report it here at the Halo support site. And then it closes basically with links to other things here. So currently right now, you remember Fiesta being a limited time. It's not that hard to keep it. It's not. And also, personally, my opinion, Fiesta kind of actually shows how their sandbox is broken. Because when you have anybody spawning with any weapon, obviously certain weapons are not created equal when it comes to power. And it kind of shows a little bit how it's broken. We're going to go ahead and actually take a look at I think I have it here. The Halo Season 2 teaser trailer. If I have it. I know I have it somewhere. Where'd it go? At least I thought I did. If not, I guess we can look at it on... we can look at it here on YouTube. I do believe that we actually end up seeing... we do end up seeing whatever their Battle Royale mode is going to be. Is this it? Let me see. Hold on one second, guys. I'll take a look here real quick. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to pull this over to the main screen. All right. All right, now we're going to go ahead and take a look at this here. Let's check this out. I don't know. Volume should be okay. It's real short anyway. 24 seconds long. So they start with the intro cinematic. They've had these before in the previous games. It's pretty cool that they're using a banished vehicle here. I think it's cool anyway. And then they show some of the stuff here. This map, I believe, is Breakpoint. And you could see the new armor core, I believe, on the Spartan right here. I think this is maybe a shipyard as well. Or maybe one of the banished areas where they have... they're disassembling things to study the UNSC forces. I don't know, maybe if it could be possibly some kind of foundry. We have here, this is Catalyst. This is the new arena map that we're getting. We get a pretty good look here when it comes to the armor with this guy. This, to me, almost looks like Destiny armor, in a way. I hope that they don't fall into that trap where... they kind of start copying off of other games again. Let's see. Yep, here's another piece of new armor. I believe that's a returning helmet. I don't know which one it is. I can't remember. I think it was in Halo 5 and in Halo 4. I don't know what shoulder piece that is. And this armor coating it looks kind of cool. Yeah, this is what I believe the Battle Royale mode is. I thought the only BR343 was concerned with was the battle rifle, and the community would make the BR mode. I mean, they've said a lot of things in the past, and I mean, obviously 343 changes their mind at a whim. But this, I believe, is the shot. And they're not going to call it a Battle Royale, right? They're not going to do that, because that would just simply throw everybody into a fit. They're not going to call it a Battle Royale mode. They're calling it the last Spartan standing or some kind of elimination mode. But this is definitely it. This is what we're looking at. And I'm wondering if it's going to be only on like this map, like if this map was designed specifically for it, or if it's going to be in the other big team battle maps, or even what the player count's going to be. Is it going to be 24 players, or are they going to up it to 60 or 100? I mean, we've seen a whole different amount of Battle Royales use different numbers. Apex uses 60. PUBG and Fortnite use the 100 player count. Warzone uses 150. So, I mean, there's not really any telling what the amount's going to be. We're going to find out, obviously, with Season 2. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was its own game mode. But the one thing that I'm not sure about, and we'll take a look here. Hopefully I can get it paused at the right place. So right here. We'll go back a few seconds. No. There's something that comes out of the enemy's head. And this reminds me of... right here. This reminds me of Headhunter mode that was introduced in Halo Reach. You would run around and collect skulls, and then you would have an area where you could bank them or score them. And the mode wasn't very popular. It was a shame. It was a lot like a kill confirmed mode. The other thing is that this could just possibly be a death animation that's used. Like right now, currently they have the customization thing that you can add on to every weapon, that when you kill somebody, like a fire skull pops out. That's something that I think is maybe a possibility. I'm very interested to know what this is and what this means for this game mode. But this is definitely some kind of battle royale or different take on it. Hey there, J-Dog. I wonder if it's going to be like COD Wars BR, or if it's just going to turn into something like Warzone. If it's popular, I could see them expanding it to do different things, different varieties of it. I really don't think they're going to call it a battle royale, though. That would not be a very good thing. Let's take a look here at, see if I can pull it up. Last Spartan standing. There are images. I believe these were data mined. Let's see if I can pull this up. Here's one. And this is, of course, from Reddit. And we're looking at it here. This is something that has been found. It's a piece of art that I believe was leaked. So, I mean, there's that at least. I mean, this is actually very Doom looking, which is pretty cool. So I don't know. It's very. I mean, it's interesting here. We're gonna find out. Yeah, big team battle last Spartan. Yeah, and this was what was found. So again, that would not, for a minute, surprise me if that's what this was. This armor looks pretty cool. Now this, of course, is, I believe, the new map Catalyst. And this looks like it's taking place in an underground Forerunner structure. We don't really get to see a whole lot. And you know what? I don't really want them to show more than this. This is enough for me personally. I don't really want to have it spoiled. So, I mean, that's, that's just my personal preferences. But yeah, I mean, it looks really cool. I'm hoping that these maps are good. Honestly, I like the maps that launched with Halo Infinite, except for maybe, I think, one big team battle one, and it's the one that happens at night. That's not one that I'm particularly a fan of. But this does, to me, genuinely look really cool. And yeah, this trailer is pretty good.
We always have room for another wolf.
And you can see the different armors here. There's a frame where it shows a shoulder piece, and it actually looks really cool. Oh, I just had it. Here we go. We'll get it. There we go. Yeah, and of course, it's a new helmet. You got this UNSC-inspired bird shoulder. So it's definitely going to be really cool. Yeah, I get Guardian vibes from it too, and I'm honestly hoping that that it's similar in scope, maybe in shape. Honestly, I know that they want to do their own thing, and I know that they really want this to be like their own thing, and they don't want to have to rely too much on past maps and everything like that. But they have over at least 100 good maps that they could. I don't mean, obviously, I'm not a game developer. I don't know how easy or how difficult it is for them to port this stuff, but I would love to see them just pull over so many different maps. Guardian, for one, being one of them. Ivory Tower from Halo 2. I'd like to see Battle Creek or Beaver Creek return. I mean, it would just, honestly, it would be awesome to see them be able to pull in these old maps. May 3rd, it's going to be a big day. I'm also wondering exactly, like, I'm wondering how they're going to, like, push this, because some of the events that they had, like, nobody knew about. But the other, I don't know. I'm rambling at this point. I really want Season 2 to bring back a huge amount of people to Halo. I mean, you look at the Steam numbers, they're down. It's fallen in the leaderboards when it comes to, like, the most played games for Xbox. That's another thing where it's down. I really hope that this can hit the way that it needs to and bring stuff back. Oh, I got a bit of my green screen showing off. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, what do you guys? Will this bring you back? I mean, I honestly, I still kind of play it like at least for an hour every day. I hop in, I play the multiplayer, even though there's not really any progression left for me. But yeah, that is, I mean, pretty much the blogs here. I don't understand necessarily why they couldn't put them out together or put them out at least closer before, closer than they release them like weeks apart. A couple of days I think would have been well enough, but yeah, it's very interesting, very interesting. I know 343 has a lot of employees, and they've been working on this. Another thing too, and this is maybe something that might be worth making a video about. The MCC is still supposed to receive a bunch of updates. They talked about it late last year, I believe in September, that they weren't done updating the MCC, and that it was supposed to get features and things added to it still. So I don't know. That's something else too. Like, where is the support for the MCC? I'm sure a lot of people now would rather have them drop MCC support and just only update Halo Infinite. But unless they go back on their word, they did say that the MCC was going to get updates still. I would rather see good remakes than trash new maps. I agree with you on that there. That is definitely... I mean, they have at least guaranteed maps that they know will be good. So, yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? All you can do is kind of hope for the best and expect the worst. That way you're not too disappointed. Probably going to reinstall to see if it's good or if I still hate it. Well, I hope you enjoy it more than you do previously. I hope they can add some stuff in there for you. Kind of worried MCC is abandoned again. It is. I mean, currently it feels like it is. All the content and support and focus is on Halo Infinite, which honestly, it should be. That's their newest title. Of course, it's going to receive the most support. But they did say that the MCC was going to get stuff added to it. So, yeah, I hope that they can keep good on those promises of continually updating the MCC, specifically, PC and Xbox platforms. But we won't know until we know, or at least until they tell us. So we might never know. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Oh, and you know what? Just as an aside and a little bit of a rant here, this new Halo waypoint design, I'm sorry, but it's bad. I don't know who designed this, but personally, I think the old design was way better. I think it was way, way better. And I'm not watching the Halo TV show. I've heard too many things about it that I just, I don't agree with as a Halo fan. I'll probably watch it when it releases in its entirety at Paramount. So I'll, don't have to wait week by week for each episode to come out. But I think that's actually going to wrap up this stream, guys. We were going to go ahead and go over the Infinite blog post here, and then I was going to touch on, which I didn't even plan on this. This was just something they dropped this morning with that teaser trailer. So I figured we'd take a look at it here. If you guys haven't yet already, and you have enjoyed this stream and going over the news and everything, please give it a thumbs up. If you're watching and you're not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. I live stream weekly, and I also cover other games besides Halo. I've been branching out, and it's been actually working very well for the channel. So that's something that it is a bit of a relief, considering since the content for Infinite has been basically nothing. But until next time, everyone, thank you all for joining me. I will be streaming sometime soon within the next day or two on the PS5. I might be streaming some Elden Ring. That's a possibility. I will definitely be streaming Season 2 when that launches, so keep an eye out for that. But until next time, everyone, thank you for joining me here, and I hope to see all of you on the next live stream.